Imagine, if you will, a modest house nestled in the heart of a quiet, unremarkable neighborhood in Enfield, North London. It is the summer of 1977, and the air is still, heavy with the warmth of the day. Inside this home, 4 children are preparing for bed, their mother, Peggy Hodgson, tidying up, hoping for a peaceful night. But peace would not come easily to 284 Green Street. As the last light flickers out and the house is plunged into darkness, the ordinary hum of the night is abruptly shattered by a loud crash from upstairs.
What was that?
Peggy's heart skips a beat. She rushes to her daughter's room where Janet and Margaret stand frozen, their wide eyes reflecting pure terror. The chest of drawers has moved, no, been shoved, against the door, as if some unseen force is trying to trap them inside.
Janet, Margaret, are you okay?
Mum, it moved on its own. We didn't touch it.
Peggy pushes with all her might, but the chest won't budge. It's as if it's anchored by something beyond this world. A chill runs down her spine. This is no mere accident. Something malevolent is at work here. A home under siege. The days that follow bring no comfort, only escalation. The Hodgson family is trapped in a waking nightmare, their once safe home now a playground for an unseen malevolent force. Imagine lying in bed, your heart pounding as you hear it, the unmistakable sound of knocking. It starts as a faint tap, 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 but soon grows louder, more insistent, until it reverberates through the walls, the floor, the very air you breathe. At first, the family tries to find rational explanations. The pipes, perhaps, or the old wood of the house settling. But deep down, they know better. This is not the creak and groan of an aging home. This is something else. Something that seems to be aware, almost intelligent. The knocking follows them from room to room, like a predator stalking its prey, never letting them forget they are not alone. And then, the objects start to move. First, it's the small things. A toy car that rolls across the floor on its own, a book that topples off a shelf. But soon, the activity becomes more violent. Chairs are thrown, heavy furniture is upended, and the air is thick with a sense of impending doom. The arrival of Maurice Grosse. Amid this chaos, the family reaches out for help, desperate for anyone to believe them. Enter Maurice Grosse, a man whose life had recently been touched by tragedy. Grosse was not your typical paranormal investigator. A successful inventor and engineer by trade, he was a man of science, with a mind grounded in logic and reason. Yet, just a year before the Enfield case, his world was turned upside down when his beloved daughter Janet was killed in a tragic motorcycle accident. Her death left him with an unshakable grief and a burning question: was there life after death?
I had to know if there was something beyond this life, something that could explain the unexplainable.
Driven by this personal quest, Grosse joined the Society for Psychical Research, an organization dedicated to investigating paranormal phenomena. When news of the disturbances at the Hodgson home reached him, Grosse felt an immediate pull, a sense that he was meant to be there, to help this family and perhaps to find some answer to his own loss. When Maurice Grosse arrives at the Hodgson home, he is struck by the palpable fear that clings to the house like a shroud. The air is thick, almost oppressive, as if charged with an unseen energy. Grosse is not a man easily rattled, but as he sets up his equipment, even he cannot shake the feeling that they are being watched.
There's definitely something here, something that doesn't want to be ignored.
It doesn't take long for the paranormal activity to reveal itself to Grosse. On one particularly tense evening, as the family huddles together in the living room, a cold breeze sweeps through the room. Impossible, given the warm summer night outside. Suddenly, a marble shoots across the floor, bouncing off the walls in an impossible trajectory, defying all logic. But Maurice Grosse was not alone in this investigation. Shortly after the case began, he was joined by Lyon Playfair, a seasoned journalist and author who had spent years investigating paranormal phenomena around the world. Playfair, a member of the Society for Psychical Research like Grosse, had a different background, one rooted in skepticism, but also in a deep curiosity about the mysteries that defied conventional explanation. Playfair was no stranger to the strange and inexplicable. Having spent years in Brazil documenting psychic phenomena, he had seen things that challenged his understanding of the natural world. Yet he approached each case with a critical eye, always searching for the line between reality and illusion. When I heard about the strange occurrences at the Hodgson home, I was intrigued. But it wasn't until I set foot in the house that I truly understood the gravity of what I was about to face. From the moment he arrived, Playfair was struck by the intensity of the activity. He described the house as being alive with energy, a place where the ordinary laws of physics seemed to be suspended. Like Grosse, Playfair witnessed objects moving on their own, heard the disembodied voices, and felt the cold, oppressive atmosphere that seemed to pervade every room. However, my presence brought a new dynamic to the investigation. My journalistic background made me more skeptical, more analytical. I questioned everything, even when it seemed beyond doubt. This skepticism was crucial in grounding the investigation, in ensuring that not every unexplained event was immediately attributed to the supernatural. Playfair and Grosse balanced each other perfectly. Grosse's belief tempered by Playfair's doubt, and Playfair's skepticism softened by Grosse's empathy. Together, they formed a formidable team, one that would document the Enfield Poltergeist with an unprecedented level of detail. The recordings they made, the notes they took, and the countless hours they spent in that haunted house would go on to become some of the most compelling evidence of paranormal activity ever recorded. During one of their nightly vigils, Grosse and Playfair were stunned when a deep, gravelly voice began to speak, not from an adult, but from the lips of 11-year-old Janet. The voice was unmistakably male, rough, and aged.
It introduced itself as Bill Wilkins, a man who claimed to have died in the house years earlier.
The words that followed sent shivers down the spine. He described in vivid detail how he went blind, had a hemorrhage, and died in the very living room where the family now sat, huddled together in terror. As the voice droned on, its tone shifting from mockery to menace, the investigators realized they were dealing with something far beyond a simple haunting.
The voice, recorded on tape, was later analyzed and found to be produced by using Janet's false vocal cords, a feat that should have been excruciatingly painful for a child, yet Janet spoke for hours, seemingly possessed by this restless spirit.
I questioned how such a voice could be produced by a child. I observed the voice's peculiarities, the sudden changes in topic, the way it seemed to control Janet rather than emanate from her. But even with my skeptical mind, I couldn't deny that what I was witnessing was extraordinary, and possibly something that defied conventional explanation. The haunting intensifies with each passing night. The once orderly house descends into chaos. Janet, the epicenter of the phenomena, is thrown from her bed with such force that she crashes into the walls.
Imagine waking up to find your child not lying peacefully in bed, but hurled across the room by an invisible hand. How could you protect her from something you cannot see, cannot touch?
In one of the most terrifying incidents, Janet is seen levitating above her bed, her body suspended in the air as if by an unseen string. Her limbs are rigid, her face contorted in fear as she drifts above the mattress. The image is seared into the minds of those who witnessed it, an image of pure, unbridled terror. The photographs taken during these moments show Janet in various stages of levitation, her body angled unnaturally, defying gravity.
As these events unfold, the atmosphere in the house grows darker, more oppressive. The air is thick with tension, and the walls themselves seem to close in, trapping the family in their own private hell. Even the family dog, normally placid, becomes agitated, barking furiously at shadows that only it can see.
As months drag on, the family is worn down, their nerves frayed to the breaking point. The haunting has taken a toll on all of them, particularly Janet. She becomes a shell of her former self, her once lively eyes now dull and haunted.
The voice of Bill Wilkins continues to torment me, speaking through me in moments of rage, despair, and mockery.
Yet, amidst the chaos, there are moments of doubt. Janet is caught faking some of the phenomena, bending spoons, moving objects when she thinks no one is looking. These moments fuel the skeptics, who argue that the entire haunting is a hoax, a game played by two bored girls. But those who were there, who felt the cold hand of the unknown brush against them, know that there was something more, something that cannot be easily dismissed or explained away. Even as the activity slowly begins to subside, the damage has been done. The family is left shattered, their sense of safety and normalcy irreparably broken. The house on Green Street, once a simple, unremarkable home, has become a place of nightmares, a monument to the horrors they endured. Janet, though she later admits to fabricating some of the phenomena, continues to insist that much of what happened was real. Her life is forever marked by the events of those years, the memories lingering like a shadow that she can never fully escape. In interviews many years later, Janet still speaks of the fear that gripped her, the sense of being controlled by something beyond her understanding. For Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair, the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most significant and perplexing cases of their careers. The evidence they gathered, audio recordings, photographs, eyewitness testimonies, paints a complex picture of a haunting that defies simple explanation. While skeptics continue to debate the validity of the events, Grosse and Playfair maintained until the end that something truly extraordinary had taken place. The Enfield Poltergeist is more than just a ghost story. It is a profound mystery, a glimpse into the unknown that continues to captivate and terrify. For the Hodgson family, the haunting was a journey into the darkest recesses of fear, a trial that tested their strength and sanity. And though the physical manifestations may have ceased, the psychological scars remain, a reminder that some experiences cannot be easily forgotten or explained. In the end, the Enfield Poltergeist leaves us with more questions than answers. It challenges our understanding of reality, of what is possible, and of the unseen forces that may lurk just beyond our perception. Whether one views the events as a genuine encounter with the supernatural, or as the complex interplay of psychological and environmental factors, the story of the Hodgson family and their haunted home remains a powerful testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown. This has been the story of the Enfield Poltergeist, one of the world's most captivating and debated supernatural events. The haunting of 284 Green Street continues to intrigue and terrify people around the globe, raising questions that remain unanswered to this day. The emotional toll on the Hodgson family was immense, leaving deep psychological scars that never fully healed. As we reflect on the haunting, we see Janet, once a vibrant young girl, now carrying the weight of those dark years. Her life, forever altered, serves as a poignant reminder of the lingering impact of such profound experiences. For Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair, the case remains a perplexing enigma, a testament to the complexity of human experience and the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. While skeptics argue and debate, those who lived through the ordeal know the truth of their fear and suffering. The Enfield Poltergeist challenges our perception of reality, urging us to consider the possibility of forces beyond our comprehension. In the end, the story of the Enfield Poltergeist is not just about the supernatural. It's a story of human endurance, the struggle against unseen forces, and the quest for understanding in the face of the inexplicable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the chilling events that took place in Enfield, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And I'll bring you more of these compelling stories our world of mystery is full of. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the truth is stranger and scarier than fiction. Stay curious, stay safe, and until next time, keep your eyes open for the unknown.